Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. The best way, or one of the best ways to put better, in order to figure out if something is just or not just, is obviously to look at things and facts in an objective way. That's the best way, I mean, that's how you're supposed to. Look at the actions and, the alleged perpetrators and victims and so on in an objective way, like you're outside, And if you can't do that, you have to put yourself in both shoes, and as a victim, in the victim's shoes, and then in aggressors, the perpetrator, his shoes or her shoes. So on both sides, and look at it from two, including the objective way from outside. And then you're going to find certain ways why this should not be done, why this policy should not be implemented. Now, we have here an article about Trump's, Mar-a-Lago FBI raid. We know what happened. It was a magistrate. I was not a judge from what I read. Doesn't matter, Rainier or whatever his name, from Florida. I made a video on this guy and I knew what he is, and doesn't matter. The thing is that he signed this warrant, and based on that warrant, this low-level magistrate, actually, FBI had green light to go and burst into former President of the United States' house. Now, if former President Trump committed or is suspected, obviously, of committing a crime, and all those suspicions were put on the warrant, and evidence was brought that should be warranted and signed by this magistrate, by all means, find whomever is guilty, including, doesn't matter. I'm for it. But the problem is here. Former President Trump said, you know what, just unseal the warrant. We want to see what was the probable cause for the warrant to be granted. And then you had the U.S. Justice Department and said, we're going to unseal it and we're going to show you what the probable cause is. Oh, guess what? Now the U.S. Justice Department turns around and opposes the unsealing of the warrant. And they're going to give you some very, 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 you can judge for yourself if those justifications are valid. And again, put yourself in both shoes or in all three sides shoes. One, Trump, FBI or the justice system, not FBI, the justice system. And then the third, you as an outsider who will dispense, justice in this situation. This article comes from Reuters, and it says U.S. Justice Department opposes revealing evidence supporting search of Trump's home. So they will not say, yeah, Trump, we did this because we had reasonable suspicions that you have committed this crime by doing this crime. And Trump said, okay, well, all right. I would like to know. And I tell you why. Because I put myself, for instance, in Trump's shoes. And put yourself in Trump's shoes. Let's ignore that's Trump. That's you instead of Trump. You, and then FBI does that to you. Don't you know what happened over there? Of course you do want to know. And then the Justice Department says, yes, we're going to unseal it. Yeah, Tommy, we're going to find out. We're going to show you. And then you say, okay, unseal it. And you say, oh, you know what? We change our mind. And they're going to give you these reasons. They're going to be like, what? They can give this reason to each and every person. And see if that would stand. So Washington, the U.S. Justice Department on Monday said it opposes unsealing the affidavit that prosecutors used to obtain a federal judge's approval. They say federal judge, but I think it was a magistrate from what, as I said, but might be wrong. Approval to search former President Donald Trump's Florida home, where they say classified documents. They seized documents. That's classified or not is what they say. I don't believe what they say. Just to start off. And now, if disclosed, this is their reasoning and argumentation. If disclosed, the affidavit would serve as a roadmap to the government's ongoing investigation providing specific details about its direction and likely course in a manner that is highly likely to compromise further investigative steps, end quote, prosecutors wrote in their filing. That is, we will not, because we can't tell you. We can't tell you. Because if we tell you, then we give away our next steps, and we can't do that. That means that if you have a corrupt system, and I'm not saying we have, all right, if you have a corrupt system somewhere, corruption is everywhere. So don't pretend there's no corruption in school or in other institutions. But that means that someone can abuse you, can write warrants, and all that. How much they want, and they will say, we can't tell you why, because that would temper our investigation, would show you the steps. So that means top secret, bye-bye. We can do it in the name of top secret. We will not tell you. Well, I don't like that a bit, as being at the receiving end, obviously. Now it says here that the Attorney General Garland, who's a weasel, he said that he would unseal the document, which will reveal the evidence. That's what he said first. And Trump said, okay, go ahead. And he sent his attorneys to do that. And now Garland, he runs back. Oh, no, we will not do that. Because they're weasels. To unseal document which would reveal the evidence that prosecutors showed to demonstrate they had probable cause to believe crimes were committed at Trump's home, the standard they had to meet to secure the search warrant. On Friday, at the Justice Department's request, a federal court in South Florida unsealed the search warrant and several accompanying legal documents that showed that FBI agents carted away 11 sets of classified records from Trump's Mar-a-Lago resort. That's what they say. Some of the records seized were labeled as, they say, top secret. Now, I don't know exactly how much the president, I know he can unseal how much he wants when he's in office, but I don't know if he can do that when he's out of office. So I don't know about that. It says, such documents usually are kept in special governmental facilities because disclosure could damage national security. Okay, this is to defend those guys. It says the Justice Department on Monday cited this as another reason to keep the affidavit sealed, saying the probe involves highly classified materials. You don't have to tell me that, exactly. The agency said it would not oppose the release of other sealed documents tied to the search, such as cover sheets and the government's motion to seal, blah, blah, blah. I don't need that. I don't need, the guy's height. And the warrant released on Friday showed that the Justice Department is investigating violations in 3 laws. Okay. And then Trump says something, and they say, no, that's not good. No. The decision by Garland to unseal the warrant was highly unusual, given the Justice Department's policy not to comment on pending investigation. Yeah, but he said he will, and now he said no. What? Who told him not to? His brain? On the same day, Garland announced a decision to seek to unseal the warrant. An armed man with right-wing views tried to breach an FBI office. Oh, he was a veteran. Are you gonna bash all the veterans? Why do you say he was a veteran? Because I know he was. I read an article about that, right? He tried to breach an FBI office in Cincinnati, Ohio. Stupid. You should not do this. The problem is, one incident, they say he was later shot dead by police following a car chase. And now, prosecutors on Monday cited the recent violence, that one, and increasing threats against the FBI as another reason not to release the affidavit. Do you think that keeping it quiet, people will be more happy? Keeping it quiet and sealed will create more suspicion and distrust in FBI and in the justice system. So is that what they want? Because obviously psychologically that's where you go. You're not gonna tell me. I will be more suspicious. And I'm going to be more upset about the whole situation, no? Right? Maybe that's what they want. I don't know. Maybe they want some crazy people to do something crazy, and then they could have a reason to declare martial law, or who knows what else, or follow and get the right people with right-wing extreme views, and that's decided by whom? Who decides that? They decided who that is. Might be you, could be me, could be, they could be anyone who they want. Information about witnesses is particularly sensitive given the high-profile nature of this matter and the risk that the revelation of witness identities would impact their willingness to cooperate with the investigation, he wrote. Well, you know that the Constitution gives you the right to face your accuser. So later, sooner or later, when Trump is going to be brought in front of justice, he has to see who was who and what was what. And they can say, for national security, we're not going to tell you. You know, I saw a few investigations like this when FBI, in front of the Senate, I think, I don't know if it was Judiciary Committee or not, said, oh, we're not going to provide you the documents because it's classified. But I said, okay, I ask you to declassify it. We're not going to do this. I'm telling you, that seems to be like a institution within an institution by itself, and that's not the way it's meant to function, or at least it started. It was meant to work like this. So yes, put yourself in, let's say you stay home or you're not home, someone comes and shows you a warrant and say, we're going to search your house. Shouldn't you know why? They say, yeah, because you committed some crime. What exactly did I do? I mean, no, we're not going to tell you because that's still under investigation, and we're not going to tell you anything more. How would you feel about it? You say, hey, okay, well, if you do that, that's why things like this happen. Because people with good hearts are big people. I'm not talking about Trump here. I'm talking about you and I. Okay? People that, okay, I'm an honest person. I would like to know. And they say, no, we're not going to tell you. How do you like that? And they check your ass and whatever they want to check in your house. I don't think that's right. But that's what happens in nowadays. And I don't know when these guys want to push this. And they mentioned that act of that guy who was over there and did one thing. What about 2019? Minnesota riots. Where was the police? Where was the FBI? Stand down. That's how it was. Why? Was that violence? And besides, this anger that some people might feel is just misguided. It's not the FBI, the rank and file. It's not them. Those are just peons. It's just, person who carry luggage and they just feel important here and there. That's it. They're just low level, not those. But law enforcement, it's put in between these guys, this kind of group of population, if you want. Law enforcement protects these guys who are behind the scenes, and some of them right in front of you. You can't do anything about it. What are you going to do about it? They have the power. Change them next time when you're going to vote. Ready? Let's stand out together. Let's play some Vivaldi. Yeah, next time vote. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.